Hey guys, welcome to another video, Parenting 101 with Adam and Courtney. Today we're talking about our birthing story.
It's a lot more interesting than last week, I promise.
Yeah, well, the pregnancy, like I said, was very simple for me, and the birthing, I paid for it dearly during the birthing story.
Yeah,
I'm kind of excited to share everything about it because I feel like I haven't told a lot of people, other than the people that were there.
Yeah.
Like, that know what happened. You know, didn't really...
Yeah.
I haven't really told anybody what's been going on. So, let's dig in.
Now's a good time.
So, like I said in the last video, I was induced at 39 weeks. I don't think I would be induced again. I don't think I would go through it again. I feel like I was pushed. Looking back, I think that the doctor, just wanted to kind of smoke her out and be done with it because 39 weeks is the sweet spot to have a baby.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that's what they say. And I did have the one artery umbilical cord, so it made it, I don't know, I think she said that it wouldn't hurt the baby to continue on with the pregnancy, but it wouldn't be beneficial, so they suggested to be induced. So what they did was they put me on the calendar for an induction date, and then the hospital was going to call me between like midnight that Monday morning, and it could go all the way to midnight the following morning. So we kind of had just a huge window, and then you had 2 hours to get to the hospital and get checked in before they took you off the schedule and rescheduled you. So naturally, me as a planner, I packed the entire car up. We packed our bags, the diaper bag, the breast pump bag, the car seat was ready to go. We had the stroller in the trunk, even though we really didn't need the stroller.
Yeah,
we probably could have left that at
in.
home.
Yeah.
I don't think you need a stroller at a hospital, and we didn't even use it till she was like 2 weeks old.
Because you'll pull up right to the door, put the car seat right in the car. You really don't need the stroller.
And you'll take your bags down beforehand. Like, whoever's driving you home will take your bags down beforehand, so you don't have to worry about everything at once.
Yeah, I would have taken more trips when we were getting ready to leave, but by the time I got up after the first trip, transportation was already there to take her down.
They were really fast. But anyway, so we, prepared to be called in at midnight, 1 o'clock, something crazy. And they didn't call us till, I think, 6. It was like 6:50 in the morning.
Yeah,
Still early, but we got like our last night's sleep.
Yep, and we were pretty positive that we were either going to be called at midnight, or since we had planned so well to leave at midnight, that we weren't going to get a call until like 5 p.m.
Yeah, so luckily it was 6:50 and we got a full night's sleep, which was awesome because it was like our last night to
last
sleep fully.
Till the baby's born.
Yeah, and we, got up and got together, and I did not put makeup on like some of these amazing moms, but I did straighten my hair.
I didn't do anything. I put clothes on, put my contacts in, and I was good.
I did straighten my hair, and then it went into a ponytail shortly after I went into active labor. So, but we did. We went to the hospital and just stayed calm. We checked in at the birthing center, and then the nurses came down. It was a nurse and a nursing student.
Yeah.
They came down and got us and took us to our birthing suite.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was kind of weird because I wasn't in labor, so we didn't really know what to do. Yeah, we were just kind of awkward, but they had me change into a gown, which I bought my own off of Amazon, and it had buttons on the sleeves so you could unbutton to breastfeed, and then buttons down the back, so like if an emergency happened, you could just unbutton and they don't have to cut anything, which was really nice. And I think I wore it until probably like 4 centimeters dilated, and then I swapped into one of their gowns, just because I didn't want like any of the goopy, gross stuff to get on my gown. So also take a pair of socks that have the grippies on them. You can get some off Amazon. You can get fuzzy socks and stuff to stay warm. I just took a regular pair of socks, but I didn't end up wearing them that long. But hospital floors are gross.
Yep.
And I can't imagine the birthing floor, like a birthing suite floor, is very clean even after they sterilize stuff.
You'd like to think the sterilization would get everything, but you never know.
I mean, our room was clean. Yeah. Our room was totally clean.
Yeah, 100%.
But you just don't know what you can't see. Like, I think if a black light was in there, we would be grossed out.
You'd be horrified.
Yeah. So definitely wear a pair of socks. That's comfortable and that you can maneuver in. And then by the time you're ready to give birth, if you decide to take them off, take them off. Because I can't work in that kind of environment.
Exactly.
So I had mine taken off. But yeah, so after that, the nurse came in and kind of admitted me to the floor, and then they gave me a dose of Cytotec, which is a new medication that goes on the inside of your cheek, and it dissolves, and it's supposed to start contractions. However, I found out after the fact that it's not FDA approved, and that I did not know during the process, and I think I wouldn't have taken it had I known that. I probably would have done more research on it, and I should have. It's so weird, though, when your doctor recommends something, you're so quick to just agree and know that it's safe.
Yeah, it's like your doctor says something, we're all so conditioned to be like, well, if my doctor's suggesting it, then it must be fine. Okay.
Yeah, and it was not. So I ended up getting 2 doses all in all, but the first dose started contractions a couple hours later. Mm-hmm. They were very small, and I was still only a centimeter. I think I went 1.5 centimeters dilated. Yeah. So I may have been 2.
Something like that.
I may have been 1.5 to 2 centimeters dilated.
Yeah,
when I got there, I was like a centimeter, which I had been baseline a centimeter for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So it was very frustrating for me, and I was just ready to be done. So the next step after the oral medication is to put a balloon into your cervix, and they take a Foley catheter, the end of it, and they insert it into your cervix, blow up the balloon, and the idea is that it will help dilate until you're about 4 centimeters, and then the balloon falls out, and you're at 4 centimeters. So I got that inserted, which wasn't awful. I mean, it could have been worse. It did get very uncomfortable. So moving around, I was attached to the machine for my blood pressure I think it went off every 4 hours or so. And, but I was attached to the wall. I couldn't move around like I wanted to. And they did try to find some cordless monitors, but there were a lot of moms being induced that day. And I think I was just not as quick as some of the other moms to ask for one. And they were all taken. So, but that was okay. I mean, I was able to kind of pace back and forth next to my bed.
She got to move a little bit, just not as much as she wanted to.
Yeah, I wanted to walk the halls to get my mind off of it, and I wish I could have done that. So that was kind of a bummer. Yeah, hopefully next time I can get some monitors or be quicker with that.
Yeah.
So I remember it getting to the point where the contractions got really strong, and it was just really uncomfortable to move around because you have a balloon trying to fall out of your body. So I couldn't really lay on a side because there was just too much pressure from, I guess, my legs being closed.
Maybe.
I don't know. I couldn't lay on a side.
Might have been a mixture of that and the Foley. I don't know.
Yeah. So I couldn't lay on a side. And then laying on your back for so long, it starts hurting your whole spine. I mean, your butt hurts and everything, and you just can't get comfortable. So I do remember you leaving.
Yeah, I
had eat or something.
I had gone down to eat. I was going to bring it back and eat in the room, but you weren't having any of that.
Yeah, I got really nauseous with the balloon.
So I had gone out and I was eating out in the waiting room with your family. So.
Yeah. So my mom was in the room with me, and I had told her I was going to stand up and try to walk around, by my bed a little bit, and then I got nauseous standing up, so I almost threw up, but I didn't. So that was good. And then I had the nurse come unhook me from the machine so I could go to the restroom, because I figured I'm already up. You might as well just knock it out so you don't, sit back down and then have to go. And I remember sitting down and thinking, wow, I could probably sit in the chair for a little bit. This is a little more comfortable than sitting in the bed. And then I readjusted and the balloon fell out, which was the most relieving feeling you could ever have because something finally was gone. My dumb self locked myself in the bathroom, though, and I had to waddle over there to unlock the door and get someone to help me. And my nurse that I had, Nurse Kayla, she was awesome.
She was baller.
She was awesome. She, took everything off, and we had a bunch of clamps, or clips, I guess, on the outside of the catheter, because every time she would come in and kind of pull on it to see if it would come out a little bit, she would clip a clip to, see how the progression was. And it was very helpful for me because every time we got another clip on, I'm like, thank God, like, at least I'm progressing and I'm not just sitting here with a balloon, at no, centimeters dilated. Yeah. So once that came out, I was 4 centimeters, and I was hoping to progress a lot faster, but it still took a while.
Yeah.
And I think by, it was like 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning,
mm-hmm.
and the contractions were real intense. Every, 2 to 3 minutes, they had started me on Pitocin already. So that was kind of flowing, and I think I was getting 5 mils. I was in between 5 to 7 mils of Pitocin. And, the contractions were every 2 to 3 minutes, and they were intense. And I finally told him that if I was not close to 8 centimeters, then I'm getting the epidural.
Yeah.
So, and the biggest thing I can say about the epidural is just to listen to your body. You are in charge of how much pain you can tolerate, and you know what's good and where you need to tap out, basically.
Yeah.
For me, I just knew that if I was still stuck at 4 centimeters, that I was going to need the epidural.
Yeah, and Kayla even said that a lot of moms get the epidural right before the balloon goes in because of the discomfort that it causes.
Yeah. But, again, listen to your body. I didn't feel like I needed it then, so I didn't get it. If I had to do it again, I probably would have just knocked it out because I was in a lot of pain at the end of the balloon. And then once the balloon came out, I felt great. But then they started Pitocin and everything started progressing and I was having crazy contractions. So I think next time if I do have to have the balloon or have to be induced, I would definitely just get the epidural at the same time and be done with it. And then when they did check me, I was only 5 centimeters dilated. So we did call for the epidural, which they came up pretty quickly. It's 15 minutes.
Yeah, they
were fast.
They were there in a hot minute.
But it didn't hurt either. They did do the lidocaine to numb the area, and that felt like a bee sting. And then the only other part that hurt was that they missed. So they went a little far over to the left, and I flinched. So they knew
She flinched hard.
Yeah, so they knew that they missed. Because it feels like something's just stabbing you in the
spine.
In the spine, yeah. And it makes you flinch, it makes you jump a little. And that helped her, though, because the doctor that was putting it in was able to ask, is it too far over? Is it in the middle? Is it too, over to the right? And I told her she was too far to the left, so she moved it, and after that it was instant relief. You started feeling your legs tingle. It kind of feels like your legs are asleep. You can still feel your legs, but you probably can't stand up. You'd probably hit the floor if you tried to. But yeah, it just feels like your legs are asleep and they're really heavy when you try to move around. But after I got the epidural, I was able to sleep for 3 hours straight.
It was probably within 10 to 15 minutes after the epidural was administered that she was out like a light. And once she was out, I went and laid on my couch bed, and we were both out.
Yeah.
And I was out for the rest of the night, but she was only out for about 3 hours.
Just 3 hours. Yeah, just a little bit. You can't lay on your back, so you have to lay on a side, which was relieving to me because I am a side sleeper, but it did get, I had really bad sciatic pain, so on my right side, so it got annoying after a while.
Well, at least your leg was already numb.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, you can still feel pressure from the baby and things like that. So, it's not like you lost your incentive to push or anything like that with an epidural. And like I said, your pain tolerance. So if you feel like you need it, just get it.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal if you don't.